All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to a reaction video. Now a little different than the Supercross reaction videos here. Obviously, we're walking, we're talking, we're filming on the phone here. We're at the new crib here because I finally have everything kind of in order enough to be able to do this. So I just watched the Southwick race here, and we're going to talk about that a little bit here as we kind of walk and talk. I'll try not to get eaten up by bugs here. But anyway, so Southwick here, we'll start with 450s. I think it's pretty obvious that Jett is still wounded. He's been wounded since that crash. He's still wounded. He has been heavily wounded. It may be better, but it's not great. And I'm not quite sure. I'm really starting to question, like, how bad is that shoulder really? Because what I'm starting to think is that that shoulder is actually fucked up. And what I mean by that is, like, it is legit screwed up. I mean, like, needs surgery, legit screwed up. And obviously he's essentially winning this title here with one arm, much like AC riding. He's essentially winning this title here. But so he doesn't want to quit, which is, you know, understandable. But it just makes me question, like, at what point do we stop? At what point does he go get surgery? At what point does he call it quits for the year here? Is it after SMX? But then in that case, then he's foregoing a title defense in Supercross. I don't know. Ooh, sorry, late afternoon here. This is the big question here with exactly how fucked up is he and exactly what is wrong, which we don't know. So we're all speculating here. Everybody's speculating. All of us industry pundits and social media gurus and everybody is just speculating as to what the hell is wrong with him. The impressive thing is that whatever's wrong with him is obviously bad. We can see it because there's no way Sexton does what he did today if Jett is healthy, but yet he's still going 1-2 for the overalls here and making up points on these guys. Like, it's really wild to see. I called it with Issac, and I talked about it in the show 2 weeks ago, that I thought he would have the red plate back by Redbud. That's looking very promising, barring anything crazy happening here. It's looking like he's going to probably go 1-2 that day and probably end up with the red plate again going into what do we got after that? Spring Creek, I think it is. So yeah, so we'll just have to wait and see if anything crazy happens next week, which I'll be at the race next week, so we'll know for sure right when it happens. But that could definitely be a thing of him walking out of there with the red plate. Now, as far as Sexton goes, that was a great energy saving circumstance there by Sexton, kind of waiting it out in that second moto until it got to the point that he could actually put some pressure onto Jett and Hunter, and then he dropped them. Plain and simple, he saved his energy to the last 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, and did what he did and just legitimately dropped him. Hunter started making some mistakes there. He got dropped also. Hunter and Jett are like the class of the field. And to be honest with you, I really think that if Jett was healthy and could kind of pull Hunter along as he goes, I really think those two would run away with this title and go 1-2. I mean, they're drastically better than everyone else outside of really Sexton, but Sexton, there's just, when it comes to Chase, like I said, I've said it before and I'll say it again, I don't think Chase wins Hangtown, and I'm not sure that Chase wins that moto today if Jett doesn't get hurt at Hangtown. I just don't think it happens. I don't think he had it in him. He got a little bit of confidence because of that happening, which has allowed him to kind of do what he's doing. But if that doesn't happen, I don't think he has his confidence. And you know, he's still putting in great rides. He's still laying it down. He's still, you know, there in the title fight, essentially. But I don't know for how long here. I think him and Hunter are going, or I think Hunter and Jett are going to start really running away from him here as we get kind of past midway. But we'll have to wait and see. So, as far as 450s outside of that, I mean, there wasn't a lot of coverage of everybody else. I do believe Barsha's out after this. I think he's going to go get his knee fixed now that both of his knees are screwed up. So I think he's out. AP having that goggle issue. The first moto kind of sucked. Anderson going down. Anderson Sendy. He's out there just sending it. Let's see here. Anything else? I don't know. Just so everybody knows, Justin will be back on the show this week to wrap up Southwick. So look for him in the main show. Moving on to 250s. Deegan's like untouchable at this point, dude, in the 250 class. Like, Deegan is insane. 4 out of 5 overall wins. I don't know how many motos he's won. I'm not even processing that right now. But the fact that we came to a track where we all kind of doubted him, and we heard about the test, and he was slower, and all this shit like that, and now he goes out, does what he does that first moto, and then that second moto. I had a little TV glitch. I missed a few minutes there in the middle. But when the internet glitched on me and I wasn't watching, he went from 10 seconds back to all of a sudden he was right on everybody. He was right on Shimoda and Vial there. And I'm just like, what the F just happened? Like, that's insane. How this kid is that gritty and making up that kind of time. He wants it. That's plain and simple. He wants it. We've kind of joked about him being like Ricky Carmichael, the second version. I 100% think that's pretty much what it is at this point. He is Ricky Carmichael redone, and he is just that full grit, full send. He's going to twist it harder, and he is going to make you wish you didn't type deal. Like they keep saying, he talks crap, but man, he backs it up. So, like, what are you going to really fucking do? Like, the kid talks a big game and carries a big game. So there's not a whole lot we can do with that. He's just wildly impressive, and that 250 title is all but his. I mean, he is almost 2 full motos ahead at this point, which means he can literally take a race off and still be the points leader here. Like, I'd be highly surprised if he doesn't go 1-1 at Redbud. Redbud's a very good track for him, and he did really well there last year. And I just think that, like, we're seeing the guy who is stepping into that role in the 250 class here to take over for the guys that left this year. And it's just wildly compared to what we got last year, or what we kind of thought last year. And, like, there were some glimpses last year. He was really good, like, no hate comms here. But now what we got, and I heard a thing this week too on something that, like, if he wins this title, he jumps into the same pathway as Jett, which is crazy to think. Absolutely crazy. So anyway, also in the 250 class there, Vial, I think we're watching a huge Supercross championship hangover from Vial. I 100% think that's what's going on with him. He had that huge dopamine dump after he won that SX title. Not really expecting to do that. So I believe that's where the struggles come from. His head just isn't in it. He's won the title for the year that he needs to win, and, like, that's cool. I think maybe next year you'll see a whole different Vial come outdoors. Like, he's obviously really good. Like, we're watching this. He's top 3 dude. He's second in points. He's battling with Deegan. But it's just like that little bit off. And I think that little bit off is the Supercross championship and what he had to do there. So outside of that, Hymas was okay. Shout out to Eric Grandal for making the motos there in the 250 class. That was cool. I'm trying to get him on the show this week. Let's see here. Shout out to Tony LaRusso. Is that what it is? Yeah, Tony LaRusso. 52 trying to qualify. Missed it by 4 spots in both times. Like, 40th fastest. Like, should have probably been in the motos there. But anyway, that kind of shit, that's just the way it goes. Levi Kitchen is becoming very irrelevant. I think he got hit real hard in the stomach with that Supercross and losing that title, and I don't think he's fully recovered for it. He wasn't tested, he wasn't ready for outdoors because he was so focused on Supercross, and so now you're getting what you're getting. So I just don't see him doing anything. They're chasing the bike now. We're mid-season and we're still chasing the bike. Like, it's just like, okay, pack it up, we'll see a SMX type deal. Max Anstey debuted here, and we kind of got robbed. I don't remember what the second moto was. It wasn't great, but the first one, we got robbed because of the issue he had with the bike. And again, he can't get a start. And this is the same thing we saw with Ty Masterpool. There was a lot of hype coming in here with Anstey of like, oh, he's on Star Bike and it's so good and he's so good in the sand. At the same time, you're changing bikes, you're on a new team, new bike, things you're not used to. This is no surprise. This is what happens. Does he pull out a win, say, towards the end of the year? Maybe. But I don't know. So, let's see here. So we covered Vial, we covered Anstey, we covered Deegan, we covered Kitchen. Shimoda gets a moto win. This is no surprise. We're like midway through the season. This is what happens with Shimoda. He'll probably win on and off the rest of the year here. And we'll see at SMX, where once again he'll peak like the third moto of SMX. 3 out of 6 motos he'll peak, and the first 3 he won't do a fucking thing because Shimoda is incapable of winning a title. And that's just the way it goes. So that's been the Southwick reaction video here. Again, quick thoughts. Me and Justin will be back for the main show. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get Eric Grondal on to talk. He's got some stuff brewing here business wise that I'm really excited about. But comment down below your thoughts on the Southwick National. Is Deegan touchable or is he untouchable? Is Jett gonna win this title? And yeah, we'll see everybody for the main show on Tuesday. Thanks.